In this lesson, you're going to learn about virtual IPS galleries. I'm sure you're familiar with the term IPS, otherwise known as in-person sales. This is a technique that we've been using in this industry for a very, very long time. And it used to be just the only way to do sales and to sell prints and to give your clients a really great experience. Lately, it's been sort of retermed IPS, and a lot of photographers are just now getting into it. A tool that we've built into Sprout since day one is a tool called virtual IPS galleries. Basically what it is a hybrid between what we do when we do sales projection meetings or IPS meetings with our clients, where we invite the client in, we project the images really big onto a projector, and we run our clients through the experience of choosing prints with us. We typically do that in studio, in person, but a lot of photographers have some roadblocks to getting that done. For example, they may not have a studio, they may not know the technique, they may not have the time. Whatever the reason is, we wanted to solve that for photographers while still allowing photographers to sell beautiful wall art. And so virtual IPS galleries is a hybrid between what you do in person for IPS sales and the convenience of online galleries. It's basically a guided tour that your client walks themselves through online in a private website to purchase wall art from you. Let's run through an example of what that looks like. So I have my IPS gallery pulled up here, and the first thing that your client's going to see is a greeting. And then from there, they're now going to walk through a slideshow of the images. And again, this is what we do in person. Everything in virtual IPS galleries is made to mimic what we do in person for IPS. And so the first part is just for your clients to see their photos for the first time, to enjoy them, and to fall in love with them all over again. And once they're done that, it's going to ask them to start to categorize them into one of three buckets. And again, this is the same thing that we do for IPS. It's going to be a yes bucket, a maybe bucket, or a no bucket. So right here, again, we have instructions that guides them along the way. They can go ahead and start picking their favorites. And you see that there's three icons down here. There's yes, there's maybe, and there's no. So your client can go through and choose the images that they love and put them into one of those three buckets. Once they've done that, we kind of ask them to, hey, let's go ahead, now that you've seen them all, now that you've categorized them all, let's go ahead and pick what category you want the maybes to be in. So now they can kind of either push it into no or push it into yes. After that, you can design these different steps for them to have different rooms. So this is now where they can start to decorate the walls of their home, or they can upload their own room here if they'd like to. So they can grab an image, pull it on up here, make it smaller, make it larger, and everything is sized appropriately for this room. So this room has already been scaled. So when you see a 12 by 18 print in here, this is actually a 12 by 18 print. From there, they can go ahead and purchase that for this room. And again, you can design as many different rooms as you'd like, or your client can upload their own rooms, or you can upload your client's rooms for them. So they can design what their wall art looks like from here. And that's a quick run through of virtual IPS galleries. Again, you're marrying the process and the workflow and the sales psychology of IPS sales, and you're giving it the convenience of online galleries. And that's virtual IPS galleries in Sprout Studio.